I've been creeping up on the ladder, and honestly, I'm kind of stoked about it. Hopefully the games that I get into will be of the same skill level, but we're making it to God, bro. I couldn't believe my eyes if yeah. Anyways, let's get into the video. And so what we have is the famous Brawly matchup, and off the gate we had to switch that hand, but this hand doesn't look bad, so I'm not opposed to it. So we charged the Frieza, we've got one in hand. The Brawly matchup's interesting because we really want to make the game go in a good pace. Like, it's a weird pacing when you fight a Brawly with a yellow deck, because you kind of want to end it mid-game. And finding that sweet spot where it's mid-game to late game is weird, because if you take too long or your early plays aren't set up correctly, he charges, so he's trying to draw the game out also while avoiding crit. All in all, it's just good for him, because rather he can lose a life or he can lose a card, and losing a card is way better than losing a life. And the way yellow's set up right now, he knows that the only battle cards that I have are the ones that can pressure his life and then make him draw a card. So he's basically trying to make me avoid my strat by putting cards into my cards on field, which is a good play. Like, it makes sense why he does this here, right? But he plays a Paragus. I'm like, okay, he played a Paragus. He pulled from life, which I thought was wild, because that means he's just gonna have to combo that in, and he could have just used the card later to keep it, because I guess he guessed I wasn't gonna protect this, but I have Raccoon in hand and I have Ginyu, so I figured I can at least pull for my life, swing in on him with crit, make him lose a card because he already placed a card and lost a card. I can pressure his creatures, and we take from life, we play the Ginyu. All of this is looking perfect. We get the energy restand, it's all going good. We pressure with crit, get cards out of his hand. Nothing too crazy, nothing too amazing. So right here, we're gonna just let him stand, because whereas he probably does have the blocker in the graveyard and he could probably pull it back, I'm okay with that, because if I do recall, this is the Paragus that has to swing. So if he swings again, I just get awakened. He doesn't, which also means he doesn't get a blocker. We go ahead and charge our extra card, and then we go ahead and drop a Frieza. We drop the Frieza to get the awaken, then we drew. We're just looking for the double striker at this point, because it's a major key pivotal point in this gameplay. But we have the 4-drop Frieza, so it's better to just build a board right now. Then we'll pressure his life early. We need to keep pressure on him now. If he gets the awaken, like, sure, but he doesn't get awaken next turn, so I'm fine with it. We've pressured cards out of his hand. We got him to 5. We're doing a pretty decent mid-game strat. We still haven't seen the double striker, which is unfortunate. We go for the Ginyu. We gotta tap the Ginyu because, I mean, yeah, and we found the double striker, all like from the gods off the top of the deck. So we'll go ahead and remove this. These cards on field don't matter as much. And now that we got the double striker, I don't want to really awaken him. Like, I could have went for the hit here, and then we could have put him down to 2. But knowing it'll be easier to get the double strike hit in when he's at 15k, and sure, it only puts him down to, like, it'll put him down to 2, right? Because he'll take his awakened energy out. But we knew that Android was coming. He used an energy, which means we have a time advantage now, because that's one less Brawly turn that we have to worry about. He didn't ramp as usual, and now we can kind of, like, we charge the Death Beam. So now we're looking at coolers in our hand, which don't really have energy, combo energy, but we can tap down the Android, which leaves us more pressure. He uses energy, so he's behind on those Brawly turns. And now we're in a sweet spot of mid-game. Now all I need to do here is continue pressure, put in cards in my hand, make him either take the 1, because we have the 40k Frieza in our hand, and it gets real scary for Brawly when he's at 1, but we're already threatening double striker on field, so he has to remove it next turn. I'm feeling okay about protecting it. Like, I'm not too stoked, I'm not too not stoked about protecting it. He probably removes it here, but I'm going to try to protect it at all costs, because if we draw into the right cards, we could just 20k it, add a 10k on top of it, and we could just win game, like, off rip. So double striker on board is the most important thing here. He's gonna want to try to remove it. We'll use the burner in hand, or on board, not in hand. Mainly because he went to 35. I didn't really want to drop the Frieza just yet, but because Frieza's a game ender here, and I didn't want to drop it in case he did something like that. The moment that he does something like this, we combo all the way in, because we could just have game. And now he has he has nothing on board. And he just forfeits. It was such a, he outplayed himself. Now what we're gonna do here though, so at the end you see that he has a super combo and nothing but 0 drops. It's kind of crazy that he didn't charge some of these. Maybe he drew into them. I wasn't really paying attention to his draws, but I wanted to go back and look at the end of the game. Bro had 2, like he really thought he was making it to late game. Nobody, we end this game quick or we die quick. That's the only, we die to this double striker. He should have just charged the Brawlies, honestly, because we were never dying to these. That's not how these games play out for us. If we're gonna die to something, it's gonna be double strikers and it's gonna be quick. Overall, it was just, I played well, I got lucky, and sometimes that's how the games go. Anyways, let's get into the next match. So in this one, we're going against a little bit of a lower rank. I don't believe in rank decides the match, so I typically just let them go off of if they're good or not, and they'll show me. But in this one, we're going to teach yellow players a little bit of a lesson that I've kind of noticed, a trope that yellow players have always been doing as of recent. So we start with charge phase. He charges his Zarbon, probably because he has his Zarbon. He plays it, right? And then he grabs the tapper. We know he has the tapper. We don't have to worry about it. We got a visual of what he has in hand a little bit. We charge the Friezas, there's no point. We go in for crit immediately, sees what he does. Doesn't do anything, he wants the awaken. So we just leave it over to his turn. There's no point in us playing a Ginyu because he probably plays the tap down Frieza, right? That's like what yellow loves right now. Every yellow player loves that card. I'm okay on it. Like it's an okay card, but it's like I said, it's an okay card. It's a self-awakener. You get to tap something that's 1 or 2 or less. 2 or less, and like it's just a okay card. He does his thing, he's doing his Frieza thing. I didn't play into it, which is good. We attack into it. There's no point in attacking into Frieza here because we can just get a self-awakener. We know he's gonna protect it, so we get the card off board, and we're gonna attack here again because if crit is good for anything, I'm not attacking into him. And all I want crit here in this matchup is for him to get rid of cards, and he's doing that without me attacking into his leader. So he's basically giving me something free. Like, sure, I don't get the crit threat on his life, and if he protects it, he gets a card. But the way that I see it is he played a card on board, right? That's pulling a card out of his life. What I am doing efficiently here is I'm taking the card that he put in his hand and making him remove it. So like to me, he's taking the life anyways from the crit hit because he's drawing the card and then discarding it. So he wants to awaken me here, which I think is a little strange. I would have put Cooler at 5 because he knows that I have the extra energy, and the shenanigans that Cooler can pull here are a little bit goofy. We go in for the regular hit because he's already so he blocks here, which I thought was wild. He blocks and protects. It's showing a little bit of his newness to the game because I'm at 4. Since he blocked and protect, now I can pressure. Now I don't need to worry about the blocker. I have a 30k that can attack twice and just blow up the things on field. Rather than attack twice, it was gonna get tapped anyways, right? But he could have made it to where I didn't want to use that energy, my extra energy, but now it's just it's so valuable to just use the extra energy here because I get 2 attacks. 2 attacks to life that are 10k above, meaning that we're getting cards out of his hand regardless. So he goes up, charges a birder, makes sense, and he attacks into us. I thought it was a little premature because attacking into us with the Cooler tap down, you kind of want to play something, and if you're planning to kill the Cooler anyways, you should play it so he doesn't get the ability to untap it, because it's a little bit harder to kill it, because then you have to use the resources like that, which I knew he had in hand. But since he used that, he only has a 3-drop that he can play, or a 2-drop or 1-drop, meaning that he'll have to combo something into it like I predicted, and we'll just throw the super combo because I kind of like what I have in hand. Like realistically, if I go Ginyu into Raccoon, And another Ginyu, I value off of here. We're gonna pressure his life. I'm not worried about the 25k at all. We have card advantage over him. He played like a Frieza, which I think bit him in the end. Like, it came around to be the problem, because with him playing like a Frieza right here, it ends up hurting him more than helping him, because he hurries his awaken. He rushes my awaken, which I think was a bad idea. And then in doing so, like, sure, he gets the energy up on me, so he gets to play the double striker, but by then I have so much board state control and card advantage, I don't really care if he plays the double striker, because by my turn, if I get double striker, it's probably just GG's. And if not, he plays double striker, he locks down cooler. I'm okay with this, because then I can just untap cooler, attack with him again, get the 30k on him. He's only got 4 cards in hand. It's a really tough decision, so he has to take it. Him taking that makes me feel like he was a mad lad. I do not know if he had cards to block it. I guess we could kind of check here. He 100% did, but the cards he had to block it, I'm assuming would have cost it too much, because he would have needed to drop 2 cards out of his hand. Didn't have like a super combo. Overall, the game just kind of loses out of control for him. Like, he has a double striker, he can go for the hit here. I'm throwing away a card, because since he's gonna go for the hit again, if you want to hit me and you have a Frieza in hand, do not hit with your leader first, because I can just discard and then untap. And now I know that I'm safe here no matter what, because if I take this hit, I'm at 2. I have decent combo power in hand. Even if he taps something, plays 2 things, I just need to block 1 of them with the super combo and I'm good. And then we block 1 with a 5k, because now we have super combo advantage, even if he wanted to try to attack with the Frieza on board right here. But like, the game just he lost control of the game. That's the way the cookie kind of crumbled at the end of the day. It's sad, but I comboed everything to show him what was in my hand out of like a sign of respect. And then we went ahead and wrapped this one up. Just a quick little draw, untap card, blow it up, swing into him, hit him in the face. Yep, and these have pretty much been my games for ranking up to God. Some of them very close, some of them you can see like the newer skill gap, so the matchmaking kind of is in my favor at the moment. Anyways, it's been real, it's been fun. Joe Boy out.